Oh, the networking. It's just been absolutely fantastic. I got to meet everyone from all over Europe. And it was very interesting to understand all of the latest additions and developments from a policy and a regulatory perspective, because it's something that's so hard to stay ahead of, but you literally had everyone in the room that could go and clarify and give a lot of kind of takes and points of view on it. Thrive or die. Well, I am a little bit dramatic in everything that I do, but the idea is if you don't get on board with a lot of the technology, then you're not going to thrive. Let's just say it that way. But it's also a very much motivational talk, believe it or not. So I like to use a little bit of carrot and a little bit of stick, because we kind of need both of them. But really what I focus on is highly practical pieces, because it's easy enough to just come in and say, well, you have to get on board with AI, but like, everyone understands that they have to. So the inspiration was really also giving people the first steps of actually how they can really thrive in the space, and some of the tech that they need to understand in order to lead companies into the future, and also to develop lasting competitive edge by utilizing a lot more AI in everything that they do and within the products that they create. Yep. Well, I like to use carrot and the stick, and I like to talk about Klarna, because normally that's a little bit of the stick. It's like everyone losing their jobs and they're going to go bring AI in to replace like 50% of their employees and workforce. And they're using a lot of tech in very new ways. And they're also using tech that is very unusual. It's not just, oh, let's just bring in ChatGPT. They're literally using very innovative new solutions. Like, for example, if you know what graph databases are, they've been using graph databases. That's how they started to really innovate in all of their operations and their systems. To me, that's fantastic. They're very brave. Obviously, like, they have had to go and weather the storm and understand what AI can and cannot do in terms of customer service. But in my mind, they're absolutely leaders in the space, because they've gone ahead of all of us and helped to figure it out. My AI multi-tooling demonstrations are typically like the shock and awe factor, because honestly, everyone knows they have to get on board with AI. That's never any sort of a surprise. But what they don't know is actually, what does that look like? And one of the things that I do is, instead of going and actually just talking at 10,000 feet and talking about governance and privacy and everything, and like that they need to innovate, I go and show them what the technology looks like. So we took a live example of actually a strategy and expansion. I think it was lipstick for 16-year-old girl teenagers, and a specific color, etc. And we came up with everything in terms of a market expansion strategy into Ireland. So it was crowdsourced from the audience, and we literally went through research, planning, doing the strategy for it, and then being able to kind of come up with what the creative ideas are. And then we built a deck, and it was fantastic. You could hear in the audience like this, ooh, ah, whoa, now I get it. And that's the most important thing, because people go, now I get it. Now I know what the organization and what my CEO and my leadership team wants out of AI, because it's all really about efficiency and being able to do those AI multi-tooling stages. So most people, when they're thinking about AI, they get a little bit fearful. I like to call it genius gridlock. It's this idea that, like, we all know that we have to get on board with AI, but really we don't know what we're supposed to do. And most people are just afraid that it's going to be really hard. That's why when I get on stage and I go and show them, and they go, that's really easy, and it's going to save me massive amounts of time, and nothing was actually like not something that I can't do. So that's the type of thing that I like to debunk, is that actually you will benefit from it, but it also isn't a really steep learning curve if you just get started now. It's like planting a tree. The best time to do it was 20 years ago. The second best time, it's right now. So you get involved with AI, and then now you just start taking micro steps forward, and you'll be fine. And I think people are they're fearful for their jobs, all of the transformation, they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. And when you show them that it's actually not as difficult as they thought, then they get very excited. And that's what I do. I create that excitement around everything around AI. So if you're just getting started with AI, I think the most important thing is just to take it one step at a time and not think about so many tools. Start with, what do you spend the most of your time on? If you spend a lot of time building PowerPoint decks, find the tool like Gamma that can go build your PowerPoint decks. If you develop a lot of visualizations, go and find Napkin. If you have, let's say, a lot of data analysis and dashboarding, go and find Breadcrumb. Like, the entire idea around this, it's not that you go try to find some shiny new toy that you can go play with, because I'm asked that all the time. They go, oh, you introduced me to a bunch of really cool tools last time. What's the new stuff? And I go, tell me what you're challenged with in your company, or what are you spending most of your time with? Because if you can optimize that and save 20, 30, 40, 50% of your time off that, now you'll actually have more time in order to continue to learn and grow. Start small, identify what you want to apply to AI to, and then go and do a good search in order to understand how you can innovate. It makes it a lot more bite-sized and a lot more easy to start moving in the right direction. Fantastic networking. That's 2 words. Okay, networking, learning, and empowerment.